David Reyes with us. David, I have been investing, various things of my whole life. And I'm intrigued by this difference between a broker and a fiduciary. And I don't think people understand there's a difference, and the difference could really affect the advice they get.
Oh, it's big time. I mean, TD Ameritrade, to tell you how few people understand, TD Ameritrade several years ago did a study with their own, like a poll, with their own investors. And less than 75% of all their investors had no idea the difference between a fiduciary standard and a suitability standard, which is what brokers and banks are accustomed to. So it really comes to fiduciary standard basically means, Roger, that if you were my client, I have to put your interest ahead of my own in the firm, and I have to disclose any conflicts of interest. Okay, that's a big deal. Now, the standard of care for a broker or bank, they work, make no mistake, for the bank or brokerage firm. That's who they're employed by. They're an employee of that firm. And the difference there is they only have what's called a suitability standard. So it's a lesser standard of care. I mean, the product or service or investment only has to be suitable to the client's age, risk tolerance, those types of things, but it doesn't ensure that you're getting the best type of investment strategy or product that may be out there. And so that's a big difference.
It's such a big difference. I would want somebody who's giving me advice to be in my shoes, looking at the world through my eyes, saying, okay, here's the best thing for me. And that's what you're saying the fiduciary is going to do. Now, in other words, you're independent.
Exactly. So, I mean, put it this way, there's a big debate going on right now because a lot of the government wants to make the fiduciary standard across the board. The Department of Labor, a lot of parts of our government, which I'm all for. I don't think it's going to happen, quite frankly, because just to implement is just too onerous. But to give you an idea, the White House did a study this year, and they found that there is a cost to the consumer of $17 billion a year.
Wow.
In fees, excessive fees that go to brokers. Because people don't realize the dirty little secret is that not only are they making money by charging fees and all those types of things, but the problem is they get they get pay to play, meaning that if you're XYZ mutual fund and you want to be on XYZ's platform, guess what you got to do? You got to pay. So where does that money come from? It's coming out of really your pocket. And that's part of what the White House is saying is there's built-in costs to that structure that don't necessarily give you the best opportunity to have the best advice. And bottom line, it comes out of your pocket, which is in the form of lower rates of return.
And you mentioned also the fee structure. Now, is there a commission issue involved in this as well?
Correct. So our firm, we're structured where we can't earn a commission legally. We just don't earn commission. So on any type of product or strategy or stock that's sold, or bought or sold,
the size of the commission is not going to influence what you say.
Has no bearing. Our clients pay us, and so we're now partners in that relationship. So your good fortune and good planning is our good fortune. So we're on the same side of the table. So big difference.